Okay. Like I say all the time with mine, I want mine to be very interactive. I don't want it to be just me talking to y'all. Um, my lesson that I'm teaching on today is called putting a stamp on your world. And from the words of it, you would think just saying like how people say put your stamp, make sure that you do something and specifically for you. But there's 5 areas that they're focusing on that they're saying put your stamp on. And when I first looked at it, I was like saying, it's kind of. I was like, when you said that, I was like, well, I thought they were gonna say something like, your spiritual gift or something like that. But it's actually 5 areas that when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, okay. But when they start talking about and saying why they were saying this is important to put a stamp on I actually kind of agree with it. I do kind of agree with it, and so I'm presenting it to you in the sense of so y'all can talk about it and why it should be important to y'all, or why I think it's important, or even if you think it's important at all in y'all walk and as being a leader, because it's still part of leadership. The 5 areas are called ego. First is spiritual emptiness, egocentric leadership, extreme poverty, pandemic disease, and rampant illiteracy. Sorry. First, again, is spiritual emptiness. Got that? Second, egocentric leadership. Extreme poverty, pandemic disease, and rampant illiteracy. Rampant. Rampant. Oh my gosh. All right. For each one, they give a counter or versus thing to combat it, basically. And so the first one is spiritual emptiness, and how they combat it is planting churches. And I know that we just learned yesterday about what churches really mean, but we're not going to look at the definition of churches. We're going to use that word just to keep in with what the lesson is talking about. So we're not going to worry about the word churches right now, just keeping what it is. So the scripture they use in this one is 1 Corinthians 3, verses 5 through 9. And I'm not going to read them. But I want to first open up the question with, of course, what do y'all think spiritual emptiness is?
I think spiritual emptiness is like not having any kind of relationship with God, or just like really just having like an absence where you're trying to find different things to fill the void of that emptiness. So it's not. It's more like you're on a journey because things aren't full. But you don't realize you're really on that journey. You're just trying different things to see what will work.
Anyone else?
Uh, what is it? Anyway, spiritual news, I guess would be like not having a full heart for God. Like a full heart, like you're all in.
Good one.
Like, you're all in. Yeah. So like that.
Anyone else? Spiritual emptiness. What is that? What is that? When somebody says spiritual emptiness, what do you think of?
No spirituality.
Okay, what does that mean? Spiritual emptiness. What does that mean? If somebody came to you and said, Emily, I think you're spiritually empty. What does that mean?
I don't think, like, I don't know how to explain it through words. I mean, I would know what they mean, but I was just like,
Kevin, anything? Spiritual empty? No?
mm,
Alright, I actually like to go with actually a combination of Beyonce's and Whitney's. It just, for me, basically, it is. It's a lacking of something inside of you that you're going to try to fill. It's when you don't know, when physical things out here can't fill what's inside, when you can't feel something inside, you're empty, spiritual emptiness. That's how I look at it. And it's going into what Brittany said was, what does that produce in your life? Give me some things that being spiritually empty will produce in your life. I mean, even right now for y'all. Yes. Yes, that's a good one.
Loneliness.
Yes. That's it?
Not knowing who you are.
Huh?
Like you not knowing who you are.
Okay, loss of identity. Okay. Taylor, anything? Okay. It encompasses a lot of stuff that's going to happen. Like she said, it's going to produce a longing for something else. When you're empty, nobody wants to feel empty. Even if it's good, bad, it's just like how Apostle said, when you get poured in to get more responsibility, you feel empty for a minute. Nobody likes that feeling. So guess what? You're going to try to feel it. And when you feel it, if you're not grounded spiritually, you're going to fill it with other stuff. You're going to try to be like, all right, well, I got to get something to drink, or I got to get something to smoke, or I got to go to every party because, you know what, inside I'm empty, so I need something to fill that void. And the issue is, it's just a big issue right now amongst the world, period. And actually, yeah, that's what it was saying. It was saying most of the world is like that. They're spiritually empty. So that's why the world right now, you see all this stuff that they're going into. They'll do anything and everything. You see all these extreme things. Even stuff that you say yourself that you wouldn't do or you think is crazy. People do it on big scales because they are spiritually empty. And the only thing that can fill the emptiness is, what do y'all say can fill that emptiness?
God.
Exactly. It's God's love. That's what we're actually empty of. We don't have, when they say spiritual emptiness, we're lacking God's love. That's what can fill that spot. And people always searching to fill that up with something else, and it doesn't work. Let's see. Now, the reason why they give building churches as the resolution or planting churches is because where do you think that people can find God's love?
What'd you say?
Where do you think people can find God's love?
Church.
Exactly. So if we're saying that everybody's empty of something and they need this and this is what they're empty of and they need to find it, they're saying that the best way to combat it, the best way to go against that emptiness is to start planting the thing that's going to help them, which is the churches that have God's love in it. And that's why I said I wanted to get out. I know yesterday I heard church is not the good word for it. But just like I said, this one we're saying churches. So planting churches is the way to do that. Why do you think so? Why not just read the Bible? Why do you think planting churches is what they're suggesting to do instead of just saying, you know what, go find God?
Whether to read the Bible like straight off the top, maybe like another alternative.
Okay.
For people outside of church,
Right.
like trying to find a church or something. The first thing they might not do is go to the Bible.
Good.
I know, like a lot of times they say the worst thing to do a lot of times when you have a problem is to isolate yourself and be by yourself. And so, when you come to a church, there's a whole bunch of people there that they can help you get through your issues in life. So I think that's why. And the Bible says, forsake not the assembly of yourselves, so getting together because it really helps. I think anyone really could completely. I mean, you probably could. Do like the whole being a Christian thing alone, but it'd be so much harder,
Right. Anyone else? Well, we're talking about, I don't know if you got to get the thing. We're talking about they call it the 5 major areas in the world that need a change, basically. I don't know how to describe it without saying it again. But one of the word right now is called spiritual emptiness. That's an issue in the natural world that we have to combat. And we're asking how to do that. And they came up with planting churches to combat spiritual emptiness. That's why it says planting churches versus just go find God or just read the Bible.